So, it's ironic we're talking about Arknights right now, because Bran Online, great creator, has released some, Arknights Endfield new gameplay. First look at Beta 2. And I'm very excited about this because as it turns out, I'm a huge Arknights fan now. Now, if you like this React fucking slop content, gobble it up like some greedy little piggies that you are, and like, and subscribe, and let's get into it.
I was lucky enough to fly out to LA to play the Beta 2 of Arknights Endfield super early. Today I want to go over all of the changes from the first beta to see what's improved. And trust me, there's a lot of improvements. So for those of you that have been living under a rock, let me explain to you what Arknights Endfield is all about. Arknights Endfield is a real-time 3D RPG with
Can we just appreciate right now how fucking good the models look and the characters look? And how seductive Bran sounds. I mean, it just looks so clean. Like
what Arknights Endfield is all about. Arknights,
like that little scene there, that looks so good. And yet Arknights Wendfield, more like Arknights Soonfield.
Endfield is a real-time 3D RPG with strategic elements set in the Arknights universe. It combines real-time strategic team combat and immersive world exploration, where players can also transform the world through factory building and regional development. It's honestly such a unique concept that I
Damn handsome man jump scare alert, am I right?
Don't really see done too much, and it adds a lot of depth to the gameplay experience. There's been a lot of changes to this system, so keep that in mind. Players take on the role of the administrator to explore, defend, and expand humanity's frontier on the planet of Talos 2.
Love to see it.
Now that you know what Endfield's all about, let's get into my experience with the second beta test. So as you begin the game, you obviously get to decide which main character you want to play, the male or female administrator. Don't be too worried, you're not exactly locked to a specific choice here, because every 24 hours you get to switch if you'd like.
So they get to do the Wuthering Waves thing where you get to swap over. Like, it's cool to be given the option at least. Played the first beta test and it's like Genshin but a F2P and mixed with Factory IO. Well, there was a video rather thrown around. Let me see if I can find the video. We're not gonna watch the video, but here it is. So it was this video here. Hypergraph has no spine. Now, we're not going to get into this and watch this, because it's a bit late now and nobody really cares. Everyone's like, yeah, it's whatever. But it showed a real elitist problem, where this game isn't up to my specific standards, so the game isn't good for everyone. And I think the whole debate was the Tower Factory build. I mean, there was quite a few. Like, some points were good, some were bad. But the whole thing was, there's this factory blueprint share thing. And it removes the entire aspect of playing the factory setup. And I'm thinking, okay. And anyway, let's carry on with this.
Introduction to the game shows you just how stylized these characters and cutscenes are, with a hell of a lot of expression, and the environment.
I think the second base is already gone by.
All of this is done in Unity as well, which absolutely blows my mind. They've really pushed Unity to its limits here.
Unity.
Throughout the intro to Arknights Endfield, you get introduced to the core gameplay mechanics such as ziplining, and then the attack sequences. Now, the tutorial stage has been severely revamped since the first beta. It's much more intuitive, tells you exactly what to do in combat. Now, to attack in this game, you can either just continuously click or hold the attack button. And one of the biggest changes here is that now...
Hold on, I'm not a big fan of that. Hold up. So there's going to be no charge attack. I mean, well, this right here is like, okay, so you can either hold it or spam left click. I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't. Because on one hand, having a charge attack, you can mix up the combos. But it also depends on, can you mitigate the lack of heavy attack or charge attack with skills? Or is it going to be like an opening setting where you hit an enemy, and then like we do it in Abyss, where you break the toughness bar, the weakness bar, and you press F, you do a heavy attack, for lack of better terms?
Now, the dodge mechanic, if you get the perfect dodge timing down, you actually recover SP or skill.
Okay, first of all, let me just try and remove this. There we go.
Points back, which allows for a much more rapid sense of combat, being able to use skills a lot more frequently. But not only that, the dodge timing is actually way more forgiving now.
Oh, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I don't mind having a dodge mechanic or like a perfect dodge mechanic. Like parry and perfect parry in like Sekiro or Lies of P. That's a better one, Lies of P. I don't know how to feel about that. Because he said there that the timing's more lenient. So that means you just hit perfect parry all the time. And it kind of takes some difficulty out of there. I would have preferred having like 2 windows. One for like the perfect parry. Oh, perfect parry. Perfect dodge windows there. And then the dodge windows there. Does that make sense? This is a poor example, I understand. It's not that easy. Okay, no, just because he said here, where was it?
Skills a lot more frequently. But not only that, the dodge timing is actually way more forgiving.
There is way more forgiving. I don't want it to be too easy, but I don't want it to be too hard either. There's like that, there's a sweet spot, and hopefully this game hits it. Well, let's go see if they do. Maybe he talks about it more.
Now, in the first beta, it was really difficult to time the dodges, but now it's more forgiving, but not too easy. It's the perfect balance, honestly. Another big change to the dodge mechanic is that previously in beta 1, if you were like halfway through a normal attack sequence, every time you dodge, it'd reset that normal attack sequence. Now, if you dodge, you actually just continue where you left off.
Oh, that is so good. Oh, hold up. Oh, that is so good. I should let the video rock more. Oh, that is good. Reminds me of, you remember Arataki Ito from Genshin? Of course you do. He was the funnest character there. Still is. Where if you attack twice, dodge, and attack again, it carries the third heavy attack rather than just reset it all like it does for every other character. Oh, that is so... Oh, okay, that's so good. I can see now why... the dodge works the way it does then. Okay.
With the normal attack sequence, so let's say you're 4 out of 5 hits in and you do a perfect dodge, then you can just finish with the end combo, which is very strong and does a lot of stagger damage.
Damn, hands to my jump scare again.
Intuitive, and so is the tutorial. It explains to you that you just need to use your skill points, and to use the skill, you press one of the numbers on your keyboard or corresponding button on the controller, either 1, 2, 3, or 4, based on which character skill you want to use. In the tutorial, you've only got the administrator, so obviously it's going to be 1. And for the ultimate,
by the way, SB is a Olympus
gathered enough energy for your ultimate. Now,
Sleeper
even
Agents
in endgame, the
unite.
administrator seems really strong, to be honest. I love a game with a strong MC, and the intro to the game now really does a good job at outlining just how strong the main character is. Not only in combat, but also from a strategical standpoint. I mean, what other MC do you know that can just summon massive artillery cannons to take down the enemies?
It is a skill point.
The
What the
tutorial
fuck?
boss is actually incredibly well.
So I think it has a... I think Sony actually leaked the end game. I think it's coming for... I think early 2026. I think it's a January. I think if anyone can find a link for that, because I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Sony said 2026. So a quick note about the side character, not side characters, the main character. Yeah, strong MCs are always good. There's no point having like a traveler who's just kind of always needs rescuing until right at the end where they pull a big, like, gotcha moment out your ass. It's Q2 2026. Oh, bitchin' then.
Well done, in my opinion. It is beautiful, with actually pretty challenging mechanics, but it teaches you dodge timings and how to kind of take note of enemies' super telegraphed attacks really easily. And this thing is humongous.
Okay, super telegraphed attacks. That could be fine. Like that one, obviously super telegraphed because it's a big fist coming down in the air really slowly. But hopefully it's not all like that.
It's a really good test to see if you've learned everything the tutorial put in front of you, and a testament to how good the rest of the game's combat actually is. It's also the introduction to being able to use more than one character since you get a team of 4. Here's where you learn how...
A team of 4 is interesting. A team of 4, because a lot of games now have going for like a team of 3. Like ZZZ, Wuthering Waves, Do It Night Abyss. That's interesting. A team of 4. This look at that Elden Ring. I wouldn't go that far, but it does look really clean. A team of... Interesting.
How to use multiple characters' skills, combo attacks, and things like that.
Can you swap
combo
between
attacks are
characters,
also
though,
one of the
just
humongous
using the
part of
skills,
Arknights Enfield's combat. After fulfilling certain conditions, like finishing an attack combo, you can press E to then launch a combo attack with a different character. This usually does massive damage to the enemy's HP bar and also stagger meter, and it's incredibly fluid, and honestly, one of my favorite additions to Enfield combat. I think it makes the fights feel much more fast-paced and much more action-packed. Another really cool feature of Enfield's combat is whenever this big red circle's closing in on an enemy, you need to use a skill to interrupt it. This does huge stagger damage and interrupts the enemy's attack. Now, in terms of the story, I'm not going to go...
I think that's fine. We have a choice to solo. That would be... I hope they do, PD. I hope they do. That, though, the fact you can just interrupt the entire attack, from the enemy by just, I press skill at this right moment. I don't know. I feel like it could have been... Well, actually saying that, it depends on how frequent the red circles appear. Because if it's like every once in a blue moon, it's like once every, 26 attacks. But I guess it's fine. And it also depends on if the attacks are big damage dealers as well, or just like really, like, swats, you know?
Too much past the tutorial stage here because I want to avoid spoilers for those who do want to play it, but it does feel much more fleshed out than what I remember it being in the first beta. I feel like I got to understand administrators' struggles and why they're in the situation that they're currently in, and it showed a lot more depth to the other playable characters that you meet along the way. Don't worry, I'm not spoiling.
But is everyone in love with the main character? I need to know.
If you manage to get
I can't play my gacha game if everyone isn't in love with me.
Now, not only does Arknights Endfield have a beautiful scenery with a beautiful cast of characters, but there's also some new characters that are in the beta too. 9 of them to be exact. Here's an entire list of all the characters in the game. The brand new 6-star characters are Ardelia and Last Rite, along with Progranichnik. For 5-star characters, we've got Alesh, and then for 4 stars, we have Antal, who is one of my favorite designs in the game, I'm not gonna lie. Fluorite, Estella, cool. So we have and Akakuri. 6 characters are all pretty unique combat-wise, and I'll show you a little bit more of them later on in the video. Now, other than the story and the amazing character designs, what else is there to look forward to in Arknights Endfield?
Like, how does that work? How does 6 stars work? And hyper ammos and breakable coins. That would be funny as fuck.
That I've already touched upon, but what I haven't touched upon is the incredible boss designs, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I was waiting for this moment because
visually stunning. But the mechanics of these bosses are genuinely so cool. I took on this marble Aglamorai, and I'm using Progranichnik here on a level 80 boss. I wanted to challenge myself because I'd already fought it once, but just look at these movesets, man. There's certain attacks in this game where you really have to pay attention and learn them over time. It's not just a case of going in there and understanding what to do straight away, which I really like. It offers a new depth of challenge. And you can't just dash to dodge everything. Sometimes there's going to be attacks that are very telegraphed, where there's red circles on the ground that you clearly have to dodge out of. But then sometimes you're going to see bosses do things like this and fly up into the air, a big beam in the center, and when it gets to a certain strength, you got to jump to evade the ground damage. There's so many cool mechanics in the game like
that's really fast as well. You know why I see this game is better? No Genshin models. That too, the models are phenomenal. They remind me of ZZZ models. Not quite to that extent. I still think ZZZ has the best character models out of any game. Any gacha. But goddamn, everything looks so fluid even. Especially that boss as well. That attack. It's nice to know that it's not really, like, it's telegraphed. You know it's coming. But like, that was really quick. That was like...
this, alongside just relentless assaults from the boss themselves, it gives a new take and a new spin on what difficulty in gacha combat really is. Let me just quickly go through and show you the character designs that are currently out in the Endfield Beta 2. So of course we have the Administrator, we have Chen Chanyu, who's very cute and smiley, unlike her counterpart in Arknights. We have Wolfguard, who looks absolutely insane. Incredibly cool animations.
Holy shit, goodable male characters. Everybody's winning today. There's 4 rarities. Yeah, I just don't understand what the 6-star is. Because at PGR, 6 stars are basically upgraded 5 stars. But what are they going to be here? Or are they just... I don't know.
Progranichnik, which is one of my favorite new characters, to be honest. I think he's absolutely awesome. Very much horse-inspired. We have Last Rite, who has some incredible assets, and a really slick outfit, and of course, I love the Elfias. Ardelia summons the sheep. It's very cute, to be honest. But she's also a really cool character. She does deal a good amount of damage, and also helps with a bit of heals, too. Then we have Yvonne, Li Feng. A lot of these characters were out in Beta 1 as well. We have Gilberta, Ember, oh my goodness. Levitain, which honestly is one of my favorite design characters in the whole game. Alesh is again one of the brand new characters. We have Dapan, Snowshine, who, let me just tell you, I used her a lot, and she, I think, is going to be one of the best characters on release. I used her in one of the hardest stages, and she's basically this tank. When you use her skill, she puts this like snowboard shield down in front of her that can pretty much parry every attack that hits it. And her character collaboration attack also heals your active character.
These collab attacks are just These club attacks have really blown me away. I know we've not seen a lot of them, but every time I see them, I think, holy fuck. That seems really good. It's like chain attacks in Persona 5. Or just chain attacks in Persona.
Probably going to have her in every single team that I have when this game comes out. Then we have Aviwana. I know everyone's going to love this design. We have Jaihi, Arknight, Fluorite, a new reptilian-based character that uses a lot of cryo and nature. Then we have Estella.
Scaly's out the
Katja, Akakuri, Antal, the brand new dragon-inspired 4-star. And I think they did
Dark
so
Ocean,
much
Baldur's
justice.
Gate 3.
Personally, favorite male character in the game. And just a bit of a nod to some of the weapons here. The design of the Kravenga is insane. And this Never Rest weapon really suits Granite
weapon designs
so
too.
well. So that's the tutorial, the combat, the character designs, and a little bit of the bosses covered already. I have to tell you about the brand new area of the Beta 2. This is Wuling City. It's Chinese inspired, but not just kind of traditional Chinese or mystical. It's also a futuristic Arknights Enfield style. The mixture of these two elements is honestly beautiful and really refreshing to see. And again, we just get so much brand new, beautiful scenery that is totally different from everything players have seen before. The characters look insanely cool, and from what I played of this, the storyline seems real solid too. I'm so excited to...
I'm confused about one thing. Why are some female characters really goonable and other characters not? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. In fact, hot take, I know, but hear me out. I want less goonable female characters. I'm sick of every female character just being this overblown sex show. The characters are going to sell no matter what. You don't have to make them look the way they do. And also, it's just unfair. I mean, give the women something to goon about. Give more male characters for a start. You know what? Give me a male character in, I don't know, short shorts. The cut-off booty jeans, you know? That's a whole other tangent now, you know? You have to do... Well, we've learned something new about Midwinter. That's cool. Suppose they need an equal spread, which is probably a good thing. It is a good thing. I want more of that. Because there's a whole sexualized. Okay, that's a good point. I'm sick of seeing every single character being like, hey, here's a really cool, strong-looking character. Let's see how much skin they reveal. And it's like 90%. Like Big Daddy from ZZZ. You know what? I thought Big Daddy was cool from ZZZ, so I'm all for it. But no, it's good to know that they have like a lot of male characters, and that's what gets me really excited for it. Because it's just cool. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, I'll look at a female character and go, hey, you know what time it is, and then zip, like grab the lotion kind of thing. But sometimes I want to play as this cool-ass, badass character, male or female, as long as they're like Augusta, for example. She might look sexualized. This is Wolverine Waves, by the way, but she might look sexualized, Augusta. But when you play the combat and you think, wow, she's throwing that fucking shit around, and she's hitting hard. Everything about her combat style is badass. I want more of that badass rather than the... Hey, look, we're going to really sexualize the moves like Ayuno. I just want more badassery, less sexualization. And I think, looking at this, Arknights is going to deliver that. And I'm very excited for it. Like, don't be wrong. I'm the most boring stereotype ever. I am a straight white male. But I want to see a dude fucking... Huh? Like Lighter, for example. I'm talking about ZZZ because we are currently in the midst of a ZZZ marathon. I'm just recording this because I thought, you know what, Endfield news, why not? But I'm like, I want to see something badass rather than, okay, this is really smooth and sexy, but where's the big punch? Where's my big shoulder meat brain? You know, I want to see Goku throw a Kamehameha through like 5 mountains to hit the bad guy, rather than just, I'm going to show my tits. I mean, badass is a different kind of sexy, okay? Trust Winfield will deliver that. I'm going to trust. All right, let's finish this, and then final thoughts, okay?
Jump into this new area and see what it's all about. And
also, real quick, fucking great video. Bran Online makes some really great videos.
Now let me talk to you about something a little bit more specific. So in Arknights Enfield, there is a system called the Automated Industry Complex. Okay,
before we talk about this, Soonfield, 2026, Q2, I believe.
Basically a factory system that you use to build and transform the terrain and environment to power things like combat and exploration. You have full reign to transform the world through industrial growth and build and manage automated production lines.
I'm going to touch this once and then forget about it. I'm going to use the blueprints to skip all this
system to create a better homeland
because that's how
for humanity.
I can play my game.
It honestly goes so in depth that is wild. However, a lot of people were kind of overwhelmed by this system, and the developers for Arknights Endfield are very much aware of that, and they've implemented something that makes it a ton easier, and even somebody stupid like me can understand it almost entirely just based off of this brand new addition, the blueprint system. So what did they do exactly? They added a way for you to basically go through a handhold tutorial about each and every aspect of this core game mode, and once you've completed said game mode, you unlock a blueprint to make it basically a one-click addition to your factory. Now, the main goal is basically to get your entire production line in order and every single block filled with something, which a lot of players do find very difficult, myself included. So how did they remedy this? They've actually added a really cool feature for the blueprint system. So if you figure something out that is perfect, you can save it as a blueprint. You can then share that blueprint with friends or online so that other people have a much easier time, which also means if you're struggling with it, you will be able to find other people's blueprints to basically just copy.
Look, I'm looking at this. This does not appeal to me. Like, it could appeal to other people, that's fine. Just, why would me not wanting to do this affect you or someone else, their game? Let me say that again. Let's do that again. Was that literally? Hell yeah. I'm looking at this and I think, okay, this whole segment here doesn't interest me whatsoever. Like, it's satisfactory, yeah, when you do it yourself, but I'm going to borrow someone else's blueprint because how I play my game wouldn't affect how you play your game. Now, there is an issue, there's an argument to be made that, okay, a lot of players have skipped this feature, so why would Hypergraph support this in the future? Who's to know? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they just keep it in because I'll be honest, I will try it. I will give it a go. Who knows? Maybe I will enjoy it. Maybe they fixed one issue with it where it's nice, fast, and simple. But until then, right now, looking at this, it doesn't apply to me. You can still hear the power outage sound effect. See, and that's great, Midwinter. Like, you could do it yourself, and I will just borrow your blueprints. Cool.
Their ideas. This makes what could be a very overwhelming experience for a lot of people literally one of the easiest things in the game. It also adds a lot to the co-op experience because the more players get to work together, the better for the game community, in my opinion. And trust me, you're going to want to do these factories.
Perfectly said.
They help out with the game a lot. So whether you want to showcase off your own talents and build your own factory, or just yoink somebody else's idea to make life easier, you can do either. Now, this second beta really did show me that Driftline are here for the player base. They really do want to listen to the feedback and make really big improvements to the gameplay experience, and it's really kind of solidified a lot of trust between me and the developer here. Obviously, everything you just saw doesn't represent final quality of the game. It's still in beta, but I think it's a huge step in the right direction compared to what beta 1 was. The game feels really good. It looks really good. And I am so excited to see what this game evolves into by the time it releases. Thank you all for watching, and thank you again to Arknights.
You know what? Great fucking video. Whether you like Bran Online, whether you don't like Bran Online, dude makes good videos. That's all I can say. In fact, I hope their last listening to player thing lasts beyond beta, but me thinks it will. I think it will too. Like, there's a lot to be said about... I'll be honest, I forgot the point I was making before, so I'm going to forget about it. If I remember, I'll just post it down in the comments. But there was some argument on that video I showed a little bit earlier about the no spine one, where something to do with the pity system. I believe the characters last for 3 banners, and that was it. Oh god, I can't remember what it was. But no, there's a really big thing of for something great or good to pay to win. Hopefully it's kind of both, but I say both. Hopefully it evolves to something great that isn't pay to win, but you can still kind of go into it. Either way, I can't believe I've not done this yet. I'm gonna go subscribe because I forgot to do that. Everybody, good fucking video. You know what, Bran? Keep doing that shit. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay refreshing.